Wow, guys, it's so hot today. It's about 145 degrees. So I'm cruising over the Nantwich Aqueduct at the moment, just so I can go and turn round. I've got to cruise about 1.5 miles just to turn, to come all the way back to head towards Hurleston Junction, so I can go up the Llangollen. Oh, this is orange and pineapple squash with loads of ice. I'd rather be having a rum or a beer. I thought it's a bit too early because it's still morning. But come 12 o'clock, there might be a beer in this glass. Who knows? Oh, it's cold today. It's proper cold. So whilst I was in Nantwich, I left the boat for a few days with some friends and I went off to Unity Fest. And I had an absolutely fantastic time. I did a few little DJ sets whilst I was there, which gave me my free tickets to the event, which was fantastic. And it was just so nice to see all your friends again and do a bit of music, some dancing after everything that's happened. So that was fabulous. We've been back a few days now. We recently did a COVID test just to make sure that we're okay after the event, and we were negative, so we're quite made up really. It was the first time in 18 months that we've been close with people, and they were so good at the event as well, at making sure everything was as safe as possible. But everyone was brilliant and I really thoroughly enjoyed it, so I'm so glad I did that. I'm heading now towards the Llangollen and I'm going to go up the Hurleston locks. I'm hoping Jackie will meet me there in time, so that's where we're heading now today. Jackie's in the van, so hopefully she'll get to Hurleston, get parked up and meet me at the locks. So this is Hurleston Junction and you turn left here to go onto the Llangollen Canal. And when you arrive there, the lock keeper told me to go straight in and that the gates were open because there were so many boats waiting to come down, but there weren't really many going up. So I toodled away then and turned left and went straight into the locks. So it was at this point I realised I couldn't see Jackie, so I mentioned it to the volunteer lock keeper and he said not to worry, there were lock keepers on and there were plenty of people about because there was loads of boats coming down. So that's it, we're here, we're on the Llangollen Canal and we're just going to go up these 4 locks now, and then I think we'll find somewhere to moor up for today because it's really windy and it's really cold. So yeah, and there's some volleys on today, volunteer lock keepers who do a fantastic job across the system. So every lock that I came out of, there was a boat coming out the lock above, so that was great because it meant the gates were set and ready for me. So I just had to manoeuvre around them and get myself into the locks. And it was at this point I could see Jackie in the distance. Lock now, we've got some services, which is great because I need to empty my bins and I need to fill up with water and empty my Llangollen, my cassette. Jackie's just told me that the Llangollen's out of order and the bins are full, and the next services now is Grindley Brook, which is 9 hours away. And I don't fancy turning around going back down these Hurleston flight back to Nantwich. It's quite busy here today. We're just filling up with water now, but we can't empty the cassette and we can't empty the bins. But Grindley Brook is the next services. We're going to stop further up for tonight, I think, because it's quite windy today, and then we'll move on tomorrow and go and try and find a place to trade at the weekend. We'll see. Obviously, if it's raining at the weekend, we won't be able to, but we'll just do. You just got to... The thing is, living this life is you just don't make any plans, you just see what happens. Take life as every day is an adventure. So as we were leaving the water point, we were so surprised at the amount of boats waiting to go down the locks. They were all the way back to the next bridge. Obviously I've sped this up here just so you get the idea, but wow, there were so many boats queuing to go down. So whilst I was in the Nantwich area, I did meet some of my subscribers. I met Phil and Kath and Craig and Marcia. So it was lovely to meet those, and I also met the lovely, talented, very young Ellen, and she drew a fantastic picture of pudding. And I also met Nick and Polly, and they brought me a bottle of rum. How amazing is that? Absolutely fantastic. So I'll be drinking that on this leg of the journey. So these fabulous people, Nick and Polly, knocked on and gave us a bottle of rum. So we also met up my friend Mick, who came all the way from Birmingham, so it's been a really sociable week. So we're now heading to Bridge 4 because we've found out some friends of ours are there, Gareth and Lou, and they're also narrowboat traders. They run a boat called Cruising Crafts. So we said we're going to trade with them together for the weekend. So what we'll do is we'll moor up and cruise together. And it's always more fun when you do that because you have a bit of a laugh. So that's it, we're all moored up now on the Llangollen, and within 5 minutes of mooring up, some friends we knew passed us, so we had a little bit of a chinwag before we went in. So now that I'm moored up and I've had my brew, I'm going to now clean my box. Now somebody said to me a couple of weeks ago that the brass is tarnished on my gearbox, and they recommended something to give it a good cleaning with. Apparently you just throw it all on the box, give it a good rubbing, and it comes up as good as new. So we're going to give it a go now. I will put a link in the description of what it is, but it is called the Pink Stuff, and I got it from Amazon. It was only a couple of quid, so other brands are available. But we'll give it a go now. But obviously don't go buying it yet until we see how it is, because it might be crap. So after all that rubbing, my gearbox is not looking so bad. I mean, it's all right. It did work quite well. I mean, it was only 2 quid. I should have rubbed it harder probably, but it has brought a little bit of a shine onto it, which is fantastic. So that's the end of this week's video, guys. That's it. We'll leave it there. But can I just say before I go, a massive thank you to Ralph Wood and to Kath and Kelly. Thank you for the coffees you bought me last week. It really helps. So thank you so much. Anyway, guys, I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.